Fuel prices are rising, gas stations are crowded, people are worried. What's happening to our energy supply? Why are petroleum and gas becoming a global crisis? Stay with me to understand the causes, the effects, and the possible solutions to this growing problem. The importance of petroleum and gas. Petroleum and gas are very important in our daily lives. We use them to run cars, buses, trucks, trains, and airplanes. Without fuel, transportation stops. People cannot go to work or school, and goods cannot be delivered. This affects the economy and our daily life. Petroleum is also used to make many products. It helps produce plastic, medicine, clothes, and even toothpaste. Gas is used for cooking food, heating homes, and generating electricity. In factories, gas and oil power machines to make different items. Almost everything we use depends on these energy sources. Many countries do not produce their own oil and gas, they must buy it from other countries. This makes them dependent on oil producing nations. If the supply stops or the price increases, it becomes a big problem for those countries. Even developed countries face problems when fuel prices go up. Petroleum and gas also create many jobs. Workers are needed in oil fields, refineries, gas stations, and transportation. If this industry is affected, millions of jobs can be lost. In short, petroleum and gas are the lifeblood of modern society. Without them, daily life becomes very difficult. That is why the world is too concerned about the petroleum and gas crisis. We need to understand how serious it is and what can be done to solve it. In the next section, we will talk about the current situations and how it affecting people around the world. The current crisis, the world is facing a serious petroleum and gas crisis. Prices are going up very fast. Many people are unable to buy fuel. Gas stations are sometimes empty. Long lines of cars wait for hours to fill their tanks. This is happening in both rich and poor countries. One big reason for the crisis is the war in some oil producing countries. War stops production and transport of oil and gas. Another reason is political problems. Some countries stop selling oil to others due to political fights. These actions reduce the supply of fuel. Natural disasters also play a role. Floods, earthquakes, and storms can damage oil pipelines, refineries, and shipping routes. When supply chains are broken, the amount of fuel available becomes less. Another issue is that demand is growing. More people are using cars and electricity, but oil and gas production cannot grow quickly. This gap between demand and supply leads to higher prices. Because of high prices, many countries are facing inflation. This means the cost of everything is going up. Transport, food, and even basic items become more expensive. People with low incomes suffer the most. In some places, governments are trying to help by giving subsidies and reducing taxes on fuel. But this is not a permanent solution. It only gives short-term relief. The current petroleum and gas crisis is a warning. The world cannot continue depending only on these fuels. We need to prepare for the future with better energy planning. In the next section of this video, we will look at the main cause behind the crisis in more detail. Causes of the crisis. There are many reasons why the world is facing the petroleum and gas crisis. One major reason is conflict in oil-rich regions. When countries go to war, oil fields and pipelines are often damaged. This produces this reduces the supply of fuel to the world. Political tension is another cause. Sometimes countries use oil as a political tool. For example, they may stop exporting oil to countries they disagree with. This reduces the global supply and increases prices. Natural disasters also affect oil and gas production. Hurricanes, floods, and earthquakes can destroy refineries and transport lines. This causes delays and reduces the supply of fuel. When less fuel is available, prices go up. Another big reason is the increase in demand. As more people around the world buy cars and use electricity, the need for oil and gas increases. But oil and gas production cannot grow as fast. This mismatch between supply and demand creates a crisis. Economic growth and developing countries also add some pressure. Countries like India and China are using more fuel as they build their economies. This increases competition for limited resources. Some countries do not invest enough in oil and gas infrastructure. Without proper investment, production stays low. Old equipment, lack of skilled workers, and weak management all affect the supply chain. Finally, speculation in global markets also plays a role. Traders buy and sell oil for profit. Their actions can raise prices even if there is no real shortage. These causes are all connected. Together, they create a serious problem for the world. In the next section of this video, we will look at how this crisis is affecting daily life or ordinary people. Effects on daily life. The petroleum and gas crisis is affecting the daily life of people all over the world. One of the first things people notice is the high price of fuel. It costs more to fill a car or buy cooking gas. For many families, this is a big problem. Transportation becomes more expensive. Bus fares, taxi charges, and even airline tickets go up. Delivery of goods also becomes costly. This causes prices for food and other products to rise. Even fruits, vegetables, and bread becomes expensive. Electricity prices also go up. Many power plants run on gas. When gas prices rise, electricity bills become higher. This is hard for people who already struggle to pay their monthly bills. Business and industry also suffer. Factories need oil and gas to run machines. If fuel is too costly, they cannot produce goods at low prices. This can lead to job cuts. Many people may lose their jobs because companies cannot afford to pay workers. In rural areas, farmers use fuel for tractors and water pumps. When fuel is expensive, farming becomes more costly. This can lead to less food production and even hunger. The crisis also causes stress and fear. People worry about the future. They wonder how they will manage rising costs. Protests and strikes happen in some places because people are angry and frustrated. Poor people suffer the most. They have limited income and high fuel prices take away money meant for food, health, and education. Their lives become even harder. The effects of the petroleum and gas crisis are real and serious. It touches every part of life. In the final section of this video, I will talk about that can be done to solve this global problem. Some possible solutions. The petroleum and gas crisis is a big problem, but there are ways to solve it. One important solution is to find and use other energy sources. Renewable energy like solar, wind, and water power can help reduce our use of oil and gas. Solar energy uses sunlight to make electricity. It is clean and doesn't pollute the air. Wind energy uses wind to turn turbines and create power. Water energy or hydropower uses flows rivers to produce electricity. These sources are natural and never run out. Governments can also encourage people to save energy. Simple actions like turbining of lights, using energy saving appliances, and walking or cycling instead of driving can help a lot. If everyone saves a little, the world saves a lot. Public transport system should be improved. If buses and trains are cheap and comfortable, or more people will use them instead of personal cars. This reduces fuel use and traffic. Countries can also invest in electric cars and bikes. These vehicles do not use petrol or diesel and help reduce pollution. Charging stations for electric vehicles should be built everywhere. Better planning and global cooperation are needed. Countries must work together to manage oil and gas resources. They should avoid wars and political fights over fuel. Peace and fair trade help ensure everyone gets the energy they need. Education is also important. People must learn about energy problems and how to use fuel wisely. Schools, media, and governments can play a role in spreading awareness. The world must act now. The crisis will not go away on its own. With the right steps, we can reduce our dependence on oil and gas and move toward a cleaner, safer future.